by us, Senior Student Council.
Yeah, Ryan. 'Twas the seniors' last day, and as they shared their goodbyes, tears were shed, even from Mr. Ramos's eyes. To remember us fondly long after we go, here are some gifts to the faculty from Senior Stuco.
Less structure in Miss Amaya's pre-calc class for side conversation, a full house for Mr. Babcock to get a standing ovation. To Miss Bernstein, we hope you find as many tour guides as needed. To Mr. Babuder, nice long vowel sounds as you so desperately pleaded. For Mr. Bloom, less conflicts with our precious Jubilee meet times. And for Mr. Devon Brown, some seniors who actually adhere to your project deadlines.
For Mr. Kaz, surprise, a pop quiz. Take that, sucker! And for Mr. Detloff, finally a break from work and a trip to Bora Bora. For Farsley, stronger student athletes who show better movements. And for Dr. Creedon, please, anything to make you talk to us students. Students who do the dance and more steel drums for Rascas to unveil. And made just for you, Dr. Dowling, a new GPA scale.
For Mrs. Fay, a closer look inside students' brains. Robert Cronauer's tennis athletes get less ankle pains. To Cameron Gibson, some students who know ISO, and for Mrs. Goldstein, even more sold-out shows.
For Angela Gong, more students to impart Chinese wisdom in, and for Grant Grell, leaves that don't burn the student's skin. Mr. Hall, we hope you have a ball, and for Mr. Hatfield, we hope your chem students don't hit the wall. For Amy Hill, more beach cleanups and marine bio field trips, and for Miss Johnson, a campus filled with engaged citizenship.
Miss Kohler gets the art gallery she's always wanted. For Miss King, the performing arts program shall finally be halted. Hugs all around for Mr. Gus from his now graduating second grade class. Miss Kawasaki doesn't need much. She's already a bad More persuasive bin boys and eco club for Miss Kaiser, and a blissful spa day and some well-deserved me time for everyone's favorite teacher, Miss Shire.
A legendary game between Morales and McGrath. To Mikhil Vilovich and Wen, some time away from all that math. For Mr. Merle, a huge mercy. And of course, gracias to Miss Navarez, because we're all truly unworthy.
To Mrs. Noble, some bagels and less CSAP shirts forgotten. To Mrs. Nordland, a Kate Spade purse that Pete has never gotten. To Mr. Nordland, some more acorns to grow a perfect oak tree. Some hair product to maintain that perfect style for Dr. P. To Mr. Park, a genuine retirement check. To Mr. Parsons, a treadmill on broken deck.
For Ms. Hirsch, finally a student who will identify as a Hershey. And Mr. Pock, no more where you go is not who you'll be controversy. Mr. Hill, a plane ticket to come visit your true home, Chadwick School, and a risk-free environment for your 500 children, Mr. Rule. A goodbye to whining injured athletes for Coach Teresa, and for Ms. Rodrigo Diaz, a nice, clear hola. For Mrs. Ramos, more tables on the main lawn, and she will rejoice. And Mr. Ramos, more running and a podcast made just for your soothing voice.
Endless mathematical conundrums for Miss Mackney, and a huge thank you to our dear head advisor, Miss Krasny. For Miss Pollock, a vacation to somewhere tropical and far. For McEwen, a planetarium, though you're already a star. For Akers, maternity leave full of happiness and joy. For Madame Lynn, some goggles to keep up with your Wopo boy.
For Mr. Shrem, oui oui, mon ami, some new cheese from a good fromagerie. For Sacco, fewer student complaints about all those threes. Miss Siegel gets a full yearbook staff to take perfect photos. For Robert Smith, the student lounge we shall bulldoze.
To Miss Stallworth, a long vacation before the dread of class scheduling. To Miss Sutton, more applause for your handstands. You really are amazing. To Mr. Wallace, more time for him and his students to discuss and watch Vice News. To Miss Tapman, less parent complaints about math placements so she can snooze.
For Miss Webster, more wheels for you to do your spinning. For Kendra, less cha-chas and more cha-chaing. For Mrs. White, more lollipop moments and more rest I'm hoping. And for Jake Williamson, an attentive audience to listen to your savage roasting.
For Miss Brown, a day of perfect senior attendance. For Rosie, appreciation for your sarcastic comments. To Jazzy, endless student romance gossip we shall tell. Y por la cona, tiempo libre para ver Gran Hotel. A babysitter so Mr. O'Rourke can watch Game of Thrones. And a record deal for Zaccos to share his sultry tone.
For Miss Westervelt, some more Friday quizzes and sassy science puns. And for Miss Yu, a little more sleep for the young ones. For Nigel, more gay kisses and fewer parent complaints. And for Weed, some cough medicine and less health restraints.
That's it. That's all. Those were our presents for the faculty. But don't fret. We have presents for you all, actually. While we finish school and leave for our outdoor education adventure, more time for you to study, so you get more lectures. While we're outside hanging out and watching the sunset in preparation for all the homework you have left, a growth mindset.